We have, there's apprenticeships and all sorts of things. Tons of great information about getting into that area.
Wow. Well, thanks for the info. I'll definitely make sure to type up the links for the episode and post them on the website so people can check that out because that's always a big question, especially for those that are really passionate about gaming and are just like, wow, where do I start? How do I get in? So that's some really good info. With over 45 industry awards, is there one that holds an extra special meaning to you?
Yeah, it's a great question. I probably actually one that I just received not too long ago, and cause they've only given out the award twice, and it was at the Game Developers Conference this year. It was the Game Industry Ambassador Award.
Wow.
And so, for my work with Video Games Live and helping to spread the positive message of video game culture around the world with Video Games Live, and helping a lot of people through the Game Audio Network Guild or audiogang.org. And spreading the message even on air with things like Electric Playground and things like that over the years. So being voted by my peers is a person who helps to spread the message of positive video games around the world. That one's pretty special to me.
Great. Well, you definitely deserve it. You have such a influential voice in this industry. So yeah, any awards you get are definitely well deserved.
Cool, thank you.
You're welcome. What have you got going on now in your career, and what does the future of Tallarico Studios hold?
Well, for right now, I mean, it's all about Video Games Live. Like I said, we got 70 shows this year all over the world. I'm leaving tomorrow morning for Japan, in fact, to make a big announcement about Video Games Live performing 2 shows at the Tokyo Game Show in Japan. And we're going to have everybody there. It's going to be the greatest produced video game concert the world has ever seen. It'll be East and West coming together, and every game composer from Japan and U.S. That has material in our show, I think, is going to be there and performing with the symphony. So it's going to be epic. But yeah, no, just doing shows all over the world, and like I said, working on this one game flip for the Wii, which is in my spare time or on these long plane rides and this and that. So always a good thing because it worked into my schedule well, the timing. And but yeah, that's it for this year. And then next year, again, just expanding it even more. We came out with an album last summer, Video Games Live Volume 1. It debuted on the Billboard charts at number 10.
Wow.
And continuing to sell great. So I think working on Volume 2 seems like a smart thing to do. Sometime the end of this year, next year, working on a national television broadcast of the performance. Creating a DVD of that performance seems like a next great step as well.
Okay. Where do you see the video game music industry going from here, and what can we expect to see in future video game soundtracks?
Yeah, well, I think that the budgets are going to get bigger, which is always a good thing, and the industry is attracting a lot of great talent. People from the film industry now are doing video game music. Guys like Danny Elfman, Howard Shore, who did Lord of the Rings, Bill Conti, of course. We were talking about Bill Conti.
Absolutely.
He did the latest Godfather game for EA. John Debney, who did things like Passion of the Christ and Sin City. Great composers. Did the game Lair and working and other stuff. So you're gonna continue to see. I think the music genre expand as well. I mean, we have Guitar Hero, Aerosmith, and Metallica and Van Halen, but now you're seeing things like DJ Hero come out.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we'll see stuff like Violin Hero and Synth Hero and Saxophone Hero. And
Yeah.
let's get out of the rock and roll. Not just do rock and roll like things like the Beatles and stuff like that, but let's expand the marketplace into 50s rock and roll and jazz and blues and country, and we're only just starting to scratch the surface, aren't we? So. I think it's just getting bigger and better, and then now with the advent of the iPhone and all those great games, you're seeing a lot of cool creativity happening now that wasn't previously there 4 or 5 years ago. So that's always a good thing to see. And yeah, I'm just really excited for the future, the next couple of years.
Wow, yeah, that is exciting, and it's definitely amusing to see, Hollywood teaming up with video games, to create the music scores, and of course, you got Jerry Bruckheimer. I believe he's getting ready to like get into his foray into the video gaming world in his studio. So yeah, I
Steven
mean,
Spielberg, of course,
Steven
working
Spielberg,
with the PA, and
um,
it goes
doing
both ways
lots.
as well. One of the best video game composers uh, is a guy by the name of Michael Giacchino, who did all the Medal of Honor stuff. He's doing movies and TV now, also still doing video games, but he does Lost and Alias, and he just did. The latest Star Trek film, and he does all the Pixar stuff. So he did The Incredibles and Up, and all these other great things. So yeah, it goes both ways. The movie industry is learning from the video game industry as well.
Yeah, it's great, to be working together. Wow. Well, Tommy, man, this has been outstanding. It's definitely an honor to have you on the show. Keeping the classic video games alive, keeping our, sharing all this info with our viewers, and especially me, because I'm just like totally excited right now to be talking to you, and it's definitely a privilege. And so yeah, I mean, this has just been a very exciting opportunity.
Thanks for all the kind words. It definitely means a lot. It makes all the hard work worth it when I hear people say stuff like that. So thank you.
You're very welcome. Oh yes, thank you again for taking the time to speak with us. I wish you the best with your upcoming concert in Japan and Singapore, which should be very exciting.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. And yeah, if anyone's interested, make sure you check out VideoGamesLive.com. And we're probably coming somewhere near you this year or next year. So hope to meet everybody out there on the road.
Absolutely. I'll definitely supply all the links for them, and a link to your website, Tallarico.com.
Yeah,
And
cool.
it has all your info on there. And it's been a real pleasure. Thank you, Tommy.
Thanks a lot.
Well done.